Coach John Fox, Damien Woody, Field Yates. I'm Wendi Nix from NFL Live. Every year we get the opportunity to look back at this point, even though we got one game to go. Coach, what player out there sort of made that leap from player to superstar when you look at the 2019 season?
Well, I think you got to go back to Lamar Jackson. I mean, before the season started, I mean, he even was comparing himself to a running back. And what he was able to do as a passer with his touchdown passes, to what he was able to do, I know he came up short, but to be the MVP of the league, or at least going to be at least my vote getter for MVP of the league, Lamar Jackson.
I want to go with Christian McCaffrey. I think Christian McCaffrey just, I mean,
I don't
know if we talk about Christian McCaffrey.
Bar was high already.
Yeah, I mean, he literally ascended to this otherworldly status as far as running backs is concerned. When you're that gifted as a running back and then double up as probably could be just as good as any wide receiver in the National Football League, you're pretty special.
I'll go on the defensive side of the ball and give some love to defense. Shaq Barrett for the Buccaneers led the NFL in sacks this year with 19.5, which was only 5.5 more than he had for his entire career up until that point. 1-year deal for Shaq Barrett, who's going to be really, just for emphasis, rich at some point this offseason.
That was a lot of really.
Yeah,
You're also really
zeros.
correct. I'm going to take Lamar Jackson off the board for this one because when you look at the running and the passing, he probably made the greatest leap, especially when you talk about quarterbacks. But who else out there sort of really took a step in the positive direction career-wise?
Well, I think there's another one that was a guy that was really good and got paid like it, but we may not have realized how great he was, which was Za'Darius Smith for the Green Bay Packers. Had his best season in his first year in Green Bay, made a Pro Bowl, certainly was an impact player on that defensive side of the ball. He was paid like a great player, but I don't think that it got enough pub relative to how important he would actually prove to be for the Packers in his first year in Green Bay.
How about Michael Thomas?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're talking about a guy, he was already a great player.
Right.
But sometimes when you pay a guy that much money, I mean, for him to put out the type of production that he had this year, that just speaks to kind of that Mama mentality, actually, just his greatness.
Coach, put your crystal ball, or pull it out, I should say. Who has the potential to do some of this same thing next season?
I'm going to go with Ryan Tannehill. And the job he did getting injected to the Tennessee Titans as a starter, bringing them to the playoffs, deep into the playoffs. He's another guy that we talked about financially. I think going into next season, he's going to probably get a pretty good raise.
Really. Although the franchise tag an option for him as well. But
you know something, though? Low-hanging fruit, sometimes you just got to grab it. And for me, it's Kyler Murray because not because he's a quarterback, but because we saw so many signs of promise. If you watch the Cardinals closely down the stretch, and I don't blame you if you don't, they were a team that was not playing for much, but Kyler Murray showed so much as a passer. And as we have seen right now in the NFL, if you can unlock a quarterback as a runner, what's the defense for him? Don't be surprised if Kyler Murray is an NFC Pro Bowl quarterback next year. Don't be surprised.
The Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, it's possible. The talent's there, clearly. You got one, Damien, or are you good?
No, I'm piggybacking off of Field. I think Kyler Murray is destined for superstardom. I think the year he had, again, like you talked about, down the stretch, I mean, I was definitely tuning in to watch Kyler Murray.
You like the pairing with the head coach, with Kingsbury?
Certainly worked in year one.
Yeah,
innovative.
They've proved a lot of people wrong this year.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Catch us on NFL Live. We'll be watching them all next season. NFL Live every weekday at 1:30 Eastern.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.